building something in on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis is going to support us so that we don't feel as lonely. Hi there, I'm George Sachs, and today we're going to be talking about loneliness and ADHD. Now, of course, everyone struggles with loneliness from time to time, but if you have ADHD, the propensity to become lonely is greater. And why is that? The first is rejection-sensitive dysphoria, RSD. In fact, it should be called RSDL, rejection-sensitive dysphoria loneliness, because loneliness is a big part of our fear of rejection. We fear rejection from other people, which leads to isolation and loneliness. And then we lose our social skills, our ability to communicate, because it's a muscle and needs to be practiced. And then we feel more insecure and worried about how we're going to show up when we actually do interact with people, which breeds more fear of rejection and loneliness. So it's really a painful cycle. So if you have ADHD, it's really important to be aware of the tendency towards loneliness and what are some things you can do to catch yourself before it's too late, or really pull yourself out of a very lonely, sad situation. One of the best things you can do is give of yourself, give your time, volunteer time, and help other people. Now, often when we're lonely and we're really sad, we feel that need, that craving for other human contact, and we want something from them so that we feel better. But what happens is when we go out into the world, that energy may show up as neediness because we crave it so much. So what I recommend is volunteer. Volunteer at a soup kitchen or for a religious group or whatever. Maybe you like horses, volunteer with equine therapy. But the point is we're giving ourselves to another person, and there's a lot of joy in that. And plus, in the giving, there is also getting. And so we do build a connection that way. Also, often volunteer work or volunteering is a structured thing in a structured setting, which is a lot easier to navigate if we haven't really exercised our social skills in a long time versus going to a cocktail party or something unstructured. Another thing to really support yourself if you have ADHD and a tendency towards loneliness is to really think about building in connection on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. For example, I have a group of college friends that get together every year, generally at the same time every year. And so I don't have to think about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to connect with them because it's built into the calendar. And the benefit is that I don't have to really plan this whole thing. It's really organized for me and my friends. And so this is a challenge for us with ADHD. It's like we struggle so much just to keep our own lives organized and just our homes organized that planning to meet friends and to connect with friends is really overwhelming. And so we put it on the back burner, and then that leads to loneliness. The value of building something in on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis is going to support us so that we don't feel as lonely. And what are other ways to do this? Well, you can join a men's group, or you can join a women's group that meets weekly, or you can join a support group or a church group or anything that's on the schedule. And that helps us connect with people and exercise our social skills so we don't feel as lonely. Okay, so we just talked about a few tips to support yourself when feeling lonely with ADHD, but also to keep the loneliness at bay by having connected activities scheduled into your week, month, or year. If you're looking for more ideas and brain hacks for your ADHD, follow us on this channel, and I will see you soon.